the wake of the pandemic, I obviously had to seriously pivot my business as a musician, as a singer, songwriter, and performer. Before I moved to Washington, D.C., I was a youth worker, and I've always been a teacher from the age of 17. I miss working with youth. I miss being able to feed into and help empower the next generation. The saying is, every successful child is one caring adult away. I want to be that adult. When I was a teenager, I did not want to listen to my parents. So I established this new service specifically for teenagers to help them find, dig into, and develop and amplify their voices through the power of songwriting and music. There's such a beautiful relationship between our creative/emotional health and our mental health and our physical health. I found that I was swept away from the stress of the pandemic. I was like, screw it. I need to lead by example. So I decided I would write a song a day to show other young people, hey, it's possible. It may seem like a far-fetching goal to write your troubles, write your struggles into song, but here I am doing it 30 days in a row. Let's go. Let's see what I come up with. Some of it will be shit. Some of it will be okay. We'll see how we go. And I'm really happy. Clenched fists through the wall before ripping. We are recording an acoustic stripped back album of the top, 12 songs, and we'll be turning that album into it'll be a standalone album. However, the top songs that we record will fully produce and turn into radio masters. 'Cause every hero has a story. It's funny. I shied away for a long time talking about my mental health and my physical health, because as a child who's had brain surgery, it's really hard to relate to other young people. I was going through old letters that my schoolmates had written to me when I was in hospital at the age of 9, and there's kids call me Frankenstein, and because that's what kids are cruel, and it's not to say that I'm the creme de la creme of warriors or whatever. We all have battles that we go through, and we all have scars. It's not about comparing scars. It's not about comparing, what we've overcome. My headaches were terrible. I remember banging my head against walls, hoping to God that I would die, because I couldn't deal with the pain. I couldn't deal with anything. And, my mum worked really hard, took me to every child psychologist and psychiatrist and, family youth advocate that she could take me to help me regrow my brain. And funnily enough, music and songwriting are one of the key tools to helping me redevelop, regrow, and stimulate my brain in healthy ways that helped rebuild my brain cognition. So there we go. Circular dialogue, what's up? The relationship between our physical health, spiritual health, emotional health, so close. And honestly, when I'm working out, that's when I get my creative edge. Life will always throw you shit. It is always our job to turn the bullshit into fertilizer and use the fertilizer to plant your damn garden. So if you're born into crisis, if you're going through crisis, it is not just your right, it is your responsibility to turn that into something powerful, magical, musical if you like. I was born in crisis, and I chose to turn my struggles into song. The fire burns behind her eyes. The fire burns behind
behind her eyes.